Hey guys, today I am bringing you a special episode because I am here at a dealer auto auction and I've got about $2,000 to spend, and yes, I have over 900 vehicles to choose from at this auction. But my goal is to find some interesting vehicles and maybe, just maybe, I can bid on one and take it home, and yeah, we can have some fun along the way. Let's get into it.
Hey folks, today's video is brought to you by SalvageReseller.com. This website allows you to bid live on online salvage auto auctions without a dealer's license. You can register for free or use the 20% off coupon in the description below. Go find your salvage car gem now.
All right guys, so I've been walking around here for a little bit and I think I have discovered a gem hiding in the back. Look at this guy. This is the first generation Dodge Dakota. This one being a 95 with about 154,000 miles on it. It's got 4x4. Look at those, like brand new. What are those, KO2s? Yeah. Looks really good. Oh, I like those red graphics on the back. That looks really nice. It rained here last night, so we got a little bit of a lake in the back of the bed, but I will say this, man, for this being a 95 with 150 something thousand miles on it, seems to be in really good shape. Let's check out the interior. Oh, look at that, blue seats. That is so 90s. Let's fire it up. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I'll bet you, because this has a dash cover, I'll bet you it's hiding a crack. And sure enough, it's got one. Well, only the one crack, so that's not bad. I do like this fake wood interior. Let's see how it runs though. Is that a V8? Oh, sorry, let me get that turned down there. Sorry about the sun glare, guys. Let's see. Oh yeah, this has got the V8 engine. Yes, this is the 5.2 liter V8 engine that was optional in these Dakotas. Most of them came with the 6-cylinder. But yeah, that's really cool. I'm gonna have to take this out for a spin. Now, I've only got maybe $2,000 or so to spend. Maybe I could go a little over. I don't know that I'm gonna get this for that. Oh my gosh, even the AC works. It's blowing cold on me right now. Let's see how she drives. All right, so turning on to the test track now. I usually can get cars up to about 30 to 40 on here. Ooh, roasted those back tires. Still got up to 35 miles an hour. So not too bad. Now I should definitely check out the 4-wheel drive system. Make sure that works. So let's pull over here. I'm gonna pop it in neutral. We got the lever here. Pull it back. Now that should be in 4 high. I don't see any indicators, but maybe they didn't do that back then. You just have the manual lever. So let's put it back in drive and see. So if I turn, I should feel some resistance. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm getting some resistance for sure. So the 4-wheel drive is working properly on this guy. Now I'm curious, I want to give it one more squirt down that test track, but while in the 4 high, just to see if that helps with our traction a little bit. Now I am filming this the morning of the auction, so it is very busy out here. We have a lot of dealers here, couple hundred that are going to be bidding against me, so I have a feeling that this truck is going to be a bit out of my price range because these are becoming fairly collectible, especially in this condition, but it's still fun. Let's see. Oh yeah, no loss of traction with that 4-wheel drive working. Got it up to about 40 on the test track. Yeah, this thing runs great. This would be a great truck for somebody. We'll see if I can snag it. I'm hoping to, at least. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know it's busy here. But But let's see. Now, this is just one option, and this is one option that I think is going to be a challenge to get in my price range. But I'll keep it on my list, but I'm going to keep an eye out for some more options. Let's keep looking. Now, this section I'm walking up to here is called the donate section. So all of these cars you see here in front of you were donated to a local charity, and then they were brought here to the auction. And this is my favorite section to shop in, simply because you don't have other dealers bringing them to the auction for various reasons. And generally, if a dealer is bringing a car to a dealer auction selling it at wholesale, it's because something is generally wrong with it. Now, in the donate section, they may not necessarily have problems, but I'm already spotting something pretty interesting. Now, this is a 2002 E55 AMG, but holy cow, look at that rust hole. We got more rust here. Yeah, you could fit like 2 fingers in there. Jeez. But these are pretty cool. It's got some aftermarket wheels, but it looks like it may have the factory wheels there in the back seat. It's got some clear bra that looks like it's from the 90s. And a pretty good sized dent on this fender here. But I'm curious to see how it runs. Looks like we need a new windshield. Starts right up. Wow, no lights on the dash. Now this guy has about 192,000 miles on it. And these were pretty quick back in the day, packing a V8 engine under the hood of this E-Class, which was kind of their mid-size sedan. And this AMG got their hands on it and made it quite a performance machine. And to this day, you know, the E55 AMG has kind of cult-like status because of how quick these cars were. I think they might have even been a little bit quicker than, you know, like the M5 of the day. The downside is, though, these all came in an automatic transmission, whereas the M5, you could get that with a manual transmission, and that's what's made those a little bit more desirable nowadays. And these guys are surprisingly inexpensive. Now, I don't know if I can get an E55 AMG for $2,000 to $3,000. Well, gosh, I really need to try and stick to $2,000, but this one I'm excited about. Now we're here at the test track again. Let's see what kind of performance this guy has. Ooh, lost a little traction there. Not bad. I think I was just spinning the tires all the way down the test track, so I didn't really get going that fast. Let me give it one more squirt here for you guys, just to see if I can actually get a little bit of performance out of this old girl. But I am so surprised. This old Mercedes doesn't have any lights on the dash. The only light it is showing is check washer fluid level, which, you know, fine, whatever. I can fill it up with washer fluid. The things I am worried about are the cosmetics. I mean, the windshield, you know, no big deal. I've replaced plenty of windshields, but that trunk lid, I don't know how expensive that is going to be to find a trunk lid that doesn't have a giant rust hole in it. Nice. All right, so I got past the wet area. Let's give it the beans right here. Still getting that flashing traction control. Huh. I wonder if something is going on with that traction system or what. I don't know. I still think I might keep this on the list. I mean, it's not a perfect car. If I can get it for cheap, you know, once I fix it up, these are probably worth maybe $7,000. So if I can get it for, you know, $2,000 to maybe, well, yeah, Brendan, you got to stick to your budget of $2,000. If I can get it for $2,000 or so, I think it's worth a purchase for sure. All right, let's see what else this donate section has. Hey guys, well, I found a couple of cars that I was going to go test drive, but it looks like they are getting ready to pull them up to the auction block. This being a Lexus GS, which is kind of cool. And this is the 432, which means it's got the V8. That one's got some bad body damage on the side. I don't know. But you can see there, you got a first generation Cherokee. Look at this, you got a S10 pickup truck. I think this is a ZR2. It's definitely got the wider fender flares. We got it running. Maybe I'll take that out for a spin. That Cherokee is pretty nice looking, although I think this might be a two-wheel drive. Let's take a quick peek on the inside. Is this two-wheel drive or four? Two-wheel? Okay. Yeah, it's just a two-wheel drive Cherokee, although kind of cool. I don't know that I would want one. That Eclipse, though. Ooh. Kind of peppy. Let's see. Oh, it's the GT, so it's got the V6. I believe he's had a 3-liter V6. It's got 200,000 miles on it. Let's see. Any lights on the dash there?
Nope, not that I see.
No lights on the dash?
It took off fast on me. I was like, holy moly.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready for that.
Right? That V6 has got a little oomph to it. This might definitely be a contender in my price range. It actually looks really good. Looks like it's all original too. Now it's unfortunate I wasn't able to test drive this, but oh yeah, it's got the V6. You can see right there. It's got the, that's okay. It's got the manual transmission. Wonder how those seats look under the seat covers, but that could be a good option. This S10 though, it's kind of speaking to me. I just don't know. Let's see, 149,000 miles. Just don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in my price range. Now, since we're getting so close to auction time, they've already started these up, and so I really shouldn't take them for a test drive. And these, the failure point on them is the transmission, and I'll be honest, I have a little PTSD because I did buy one that had a bad transmission, and I got kind of stuck with it. But this one looks better than the one that I bought before. Even the tires look nice. The bed's in okay shape. Yeah, I think this one is a possible contender as well. So I'll keep an eye on it as it goes across the auction block. I just don't know if I'll be able to get it for the price that I want. Let's keep looking. All right, guys, so I got a few minutes here before that auction kicks off, and I just want to give you a little recap of some of the cars that are now on my list. I think first to roll across the auction block is that Mitsubishi Eclipse. Now, it's got 202,000 miles on it. So as nice as that car looks, and probably as good as it runs, they're just not worth a ton. So I don't know that I can go the full 2,000. Hopefully I don't get too caught up in the auction action once it does roll across that block. So I think that's going to be the first one I'm going to attempt to get. And then also that E55 AMG. As rough as it is, I think 2,000 is going to be a little bit low for it. But maybe, fingers crossed, maybe I'll get lucky and maybe that rust scared a lot of people away. Also, that S10 with the ZR2 package, definitely on my list. Again, I think might be a little bit high and out of my budget. And then last but not least, that Dodge Dakota with the V8 engine. I would love to go home with that, but I'm like 80% sure that that's gonna go like 3 times my budget. That's gonna be like a $6,000 to $8,000 vehicle here at the auction. It's just my prediction. But let's see if I can go home with one. You can see they are all getting lined up here, ready to roll across the block. And at the very end of this row, ooh, look at that, a Chevy Astro van. That's pretty cool. But at the very end of the row, it's kind of tucked in there, so it's hard to see. Maybe if I zoom in a little, you could see it. There is that Mitsubishi Eclipse. So it is going up pretty early because this is the first lane to roll across. They have 6 lanes here at the auction that roll. They start the first 3 all simultaneously, and then a half hour later, the other 3 start. So by half hour into the auction, you have all 6 lanes going at once. So it can get a little hectic and a little chaotic. Let's get going.
Number 3 down, moving to panic center, 13. All right, it's time
for that Mitsubishi. Let's see if I can get it. It's asking two. I'm not bidding that. Hey, over here. Yeah.
You're out 1800 here, 1800 bids up front. You guys are all out on the back. 18. That's 17.
On that 1700.
That's 1800. 18. So, place. Empire 2666, man. Empire 266.
All right, guys. I don't know how much you heard in there because it was really loud, but I did just buy that Mitsubishi Eclipse for $1,700. Now, it's $1,700 before auction fees. So in reality, I own that 200,000 mile Mitsubishi Eclipse now for roughly, probably, I don't know, $2,200, $2,300 once you factor in all the auction fees and title transfer and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. I know I always wanted one of those, what were they called, the Dodge Stratus Coupes. And I think that these Eclipses are basically the same car. And so I kind of have one. But hey, that S10 is coming up. I'm a spectator now, but I'm curious to see what it goes for. Let's take a look. Wow, that jumped quick. Yeah, it sold for $2,700. So it would have been a little over my budget anyway, so thankfully I didn't wait for that S10, but I think somebody got a decent buy, assuming that the transmission is good on that guy, because that's certainly a risk with that generation of S10s.
Thank you.
All right, guys, here comes that Mercedes E55 AMG. Let's see what it goes for. See if I missed out. Oh my gosh. It hit at $1,000. It's up to $1,200. Climbing though. 1,700, 1,800. Okay, it's going over $2,000 now.
I got 23, so you're going to be 24.
Oh, he's at 23. You may end there.
So you're going to be 4. He's out of front. 24.
Oh, 2,400. Yeah, I don't know if I would have bought it anyways. $2,400. I probably would have had to pay $25 to get it, so maybe it's a good thing I didn't wait. All right, guys, so I am walking over to where my new Eclipse, gosh, now I'm a Mitsubishi Eclipse owner, where my new Eclipse is parked, and I suppose I should take it out for a test drive, make sure I didn't buy a total pile of junk. What is that? That does not look like a car key. Well, let's see if it'll start. And yeah, it's completely dead. So I can't even test drive it. And I didn't bring my jump pack with me. Of course, cuz well, yeah, I guess I'm an idiot. But good news is I just saw something. Look at this. More keys. And an actual lock and unlock fob. So that's nice. Let me make sure. Yeah, this key isn't doing anything either. So this battery is dead. So I guess the next thing is to come back on another day with my jump pack and see if I bought a total turd or not. Alright guys, it has been a few days since that auction, and I am back here to try and pick up that Mitsubishi. Now, I got a ride over here, so I sure hope this Mitsubishi can get me home, but I haven't driven it, as you all know. And something else I should say too is, during the action of that auction, when I walked in there, there were two bidders on the other side of the room that were kind of bidding against each other on it. And the auctioneer just was not paying attention to me. So if you notice in the video that I'm like going, hey, hey, that's because I was trying to get in on the action and the auctioneer just didn't see me or didn't know that I was interested. So I had to do what I can to get his attention. And that's why I'm in there like yelling, trying to get his attention. But as you all know, I did end up winning the auction and I found my Mitsubishi Eclipse. Let's hop in and see if it'll start. Oh yeah, it is completely dead. Well, let me grab my bag of goodies. I'll grab my jumper and we'll get going. Alrighty, so I got my little jump pack. We got the battery exposed here. Let's hook it up and see if this battery is reading anything at all. Yeah, man, this negative terminal is kind of in a weird spot. You can't really... I guess I'll try and click it on... What am I doing? Sorry guys, this is kind of hard to do one-handed, but that should be good. Let's get this guy turned on. Oh man, it is reading no juice. Let me click this, hold this little boost button. See if I can get it to actually jump it. There we go. Oh, I'm hearing some binging and boning from the inside. Let's see if I can get it started. All right, clutch in. Oh, it turns over. Look at that. It started right up. Do we have any lights on the dash? No, I mean, seatbelt light, the door is open and the e-brake is on, but other than that, no lights. Seems to run pretty good. It sounds good. How about the radio? Does the radio work? Oh, it just says code. I think that means, well, hopefully it's got a user manual. Nope. Oh man, that sucks. Okay, well, the radio may not work because you have to have a code to enter, and I don't know that code. This also has some really interesting seat covers. I wonder what the seats look like underneath. Ugh. Oh, they're not bad actually. At least the passenger seat looks pretty good. Does it have working AC? Let's try it out. It seems like you have to push here. Oh, it sounds like the air conditioning system kicked on. I don't know if it'll actually blow out cold. Give it some revs. Oh, it's getting cooler. Oh, wow, I think I have working AC. Wow. All right, well, I think the next step is let's drive this off the lot, and I'm going to go just take this straight to a parts store, so that way I can get a battery put in it so I can rely on it starting to get me home. All right, guys, so I'm a few miles down the street here, just driving it, and I will say I think I got pretty lucky. This car's driving great. It shifts through all 5 gears, reverse works, even the air conditioning is blowing nice and cold now that I've got it moving. Obviously it's got a very dead battery, which I will be riveting here soon. And the only other thing I hear is the brakes sound a little metallic-y. So I don't know if they're necessarily bad, or maybe they've just got some buildup on them, or maybe a little pebble stuck in there or something, but I do hear it a little bit. I don't feel it too much in the pedal or in the steering wheel. So I'm not super concerned about the brakes, but I will have them checked out by my mechanic. But other than that, man, I can't even find anything else wrong with this other than the high miles. Yeah, this is why I like to buy from that donate section. The donate section is generally just people that want to, you know, get rid of their car and have it go to a good cause, whether it's your local church or a children's home or something along those lines, that they just want to help benefit their community. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with the car, whereas a lot of the cars there that are there because of dealers bringing them to the auction, generally dealers you know, they're in the business of selling cars. And if they don't want to sell that car, there's a reason, right? And it's up to me as the buyer to determine, why does that dealer not want to sell the car? Now, you have some big franchise stores there, like, you know, like the Chevy stores and the Nissan stores and things like that, that sometimes bring older vehicles simply because they have a policy in place, like, hey, we don't sell cars over X amount a year or over X amount of miles. And so those can still be a good buy. But when you're buying from a used car dealer at these dealer auctions, that's where you gotta, like, kind of wonder a little bit, like, oh man, am I buying a little bit of a basket case? Because I've made that mistake before. I've bought from other used car dealers and have gotten good deals, and I've gotten burned a few times as well. It's just more of a risk. It's not necessarily that you shouldn't buy those cars. It's just you have to be a little more diligent at the cars you're looking at. And so I'm pulling up here to the auto parts store, and we're gonna get a new battery in this car. And gosh, I don't even know what else I'm gonna do to this. I mean, I want to get these seat covers off and see what kind of condition the seats are actually in underneath. I may have just heard a little clunk there, so I may have to have the suspension looked at, but other than that, so far it's good. I'll check back in once I get that new battery in. All right, moment of truth. We got the new battery. It should start right up, right? And look at that. That's great. I got a good running car now, and all it took was a battery. Well, I don't have a radio, but we can fix that. All right, guys, so I've gotten a few more miles down the road, and I have to say, I really think I got a score here. Haven't driven it now maybe 7 or 8 miles, so I'm not super experienced with the car yet, but the only thing besides the battery that I've noticed is now I am getting a little feedback in the brake pedal, which usually means I've got some stuff going on with the rear brakes. I'm hoping that maybe it's just got a little bit of buildup on the rotor itself, and maybe that'll build or go away as I drive it. Or worst case scenario, it could need rear brakes. And the other thing is, I have to say, is maybe I overpaid for it just a little bit. Maybe I got a little too excited at the auction, because with auction fees, I'm now into this guy about $2,300. And for a 200,000 mile Mitsubishi Eclipse, I don't know how many interested parties there are going to be out there. But I want to know what you guys think. Did I get a good deal here? And I want to know too, if you want to see more videos like this, please give it a thumbs up and share it around to other people, and hit that subscribe button, because that really helps us grow our channel. And if you want to see more videos on this Mitsubishi Eclipse, let me know in the comment section below, because yes, I do read those comments, and I want to know what you guys think, if you're interested in more videos with this car or not. Either way, thanks so much for watching. Take care, guys.